think sometimes people stop because they think I'm not fearless and therefore they think they can't do it. When in reality, fear and creativity are conjoined twins. They came out of the womb together, they will die together, they share all the same major organs, they will never be separated from each other. So if you would like to have a creative life, then you have to make a lot of room for understanding that fear will always be there with it. And you just have to just come to terms with that and create a relationship with both of them. And I think what often happens is that people, in their eagerness to murder fear, they murder their creativity. And because if you kill off the fear, the creativity is going to die too, because they're linked. And so what I do is I've just realized they're always going to be there with each other. And so I've decided before every project I have a conversation with fear. And I just treat it like the way I would like to be treated, because I've learned that if I try to fight it or diminish it, it fights back harder, like a toddler, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I just speak to it with respect, and it seems to calm it down. And I'll just say to it, listen, fear, your sister and I, creativity and I are about to go on a journey together, and I know we're going to go on a road trip, and I know that you're coming, because you always do. And I want you to know that there's plenty of room for you in the minivan. You're very welcome to join us. I won't try to kick you out of the car. I won't argue with you. I won't fight with you. I know that you're going to be doing your job for the entire trip, and your job, apparently, is to, in a screeching, horrible voice, warn me every 5 seconds about everything that can go wrong. And you're great at it. You're just superb at that job. And I'm just going to let you do that job. But I'm going to let you know that I'm going to do my job too, which is to write this book. And creativity is going to do her job, which is to keep me inspired. So we're all just going to be doing our thing. So you can come, but you don't get to make any decisions. You don't get to drive. You definitely don't get to drive. You don't even get to pick the freaking snacks. Like, you can't even touch the radio. Like, you have no agency in where we are going or how we are doing it. But you can come, and then we all get in the minivan and we go. And creativity's like, yay, we're going on a road trip. And fear's like, oh, we're going to die. And I'm just like, Mom's driving. You two just, and that's how it has to be. You just have to make all this space for its presence.
What about the next step? The fear about after the baby's been born,
yeah,
and now it's before it was published, and it's the success and the spotlight and the fear of that.
Well, first of all, if you think that your creative product is your baby, you're already in giant trouble. Mm-hmm. And I know this is a really common way that people talk about their creative work, and they talk about their work, their books and their art, and they say, this is my baby. You are so doomed if you do that, because first of all, it's not a human baby, and it's not going to get hurt. Like it's an inanimate object, and if you feel like it's your baby, then if someone criticizes it, or if an editor asks you to cut a third of it out, or you can't do that to a baby, you're like, my baby. I actually have come to feel over the years it's exactly the opposite. I am the baby of everything I have ever made. Everything that I have ever made makes me. Like, I'm a better, bigger, wiser, more interesting person because of everything that I've ever worked on. And when I come out of a project like this, I've been reborn. This is the mother. Like, this is the thing that brought me into being. So I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm the one with the problems, Like, I'm the one with the ego. And there is just this kind of sense that I'm only in charge of the process. It's kind of like with everything else in life. What happens to it when my piece of the work is done is none of my business. What you guys think of is none of my business. What critics think of it is none of my business. I also know literary critics. Like, I have some friends who are literary critics. And I'm like, people live and die by this guy? They're just people. And I know that they don't care that much. I know that they're distracted with their failing marriage and their drinking and their kids and whatever else is going on. And they had 10 minutes to read your book, and they have to file the story that night. And it's usually a better thing if they get really passionate about they hate it. And then they never think about it again for the rest of it. It's just a job that they have. And so I can't pin my life on that. I can only commit myself to what I came here to do. And I think that's the central question when I'm struggling with block or doubt or fear. Like, what did you come here to this earth to do? I came here to write books. So sit and then release it, and then write another one, and let it be. You didn't come here to spend your life